Miss Goat's House by Samor Pangyavong, translated by Alicia Berger at Storyweaver. One morning Miss Goat was grazing in the field. "Why is it so hot this early in the year?" thought Miss Goat. "I must find some shade away from this blazing heat," thought Miss Goat. She bit off a lotus leaf and took shelter under it. But soon the lotus leaf withered in the heat. Miss Goat tried to take shelter under a banana leaf, but the afternoon sun was so strong that the banana leaf withered too. Miss Goat ran to the jungle to make a shelter of tree branches, but a hot wind blew away all the leaves. Miss Goat saw some villagers building a house. "I must learn how to build a strong house like that one," she thought. After watching the villagers for a while, Miss Goat knew what she had to do. She gathered tree branches. She gathered banana leaves. Miss Goat dug holes for the tree branches. Then she spread the banana leaves over the tree branches and tied them tightly together. She worked so hard she was now hotter than ever. Just as she finished, the hot wind began to blow. But this time the wind could not blow the banana leaves away. Miss Goat settled inside her home. "I'm not hot anymore," she thought happily. "Now I just need a nap." The end. There's a Fire on the Mountain.
Thank you
by
for
Kirsty
reading with
Paxton
Storyberries.com.
My
Free
friends
stories
and I
for
have a game
kids.
we like to play. There's a fire on the mountain. Run, run! Then one day there was a real fire on the mountain. It was a terrible fire that burned and burned. Big old buildings burned, books burned, trees and grasses burned. Helicopters tipped water onto the fire and brave firefighters blasted their hoses. And people did run. They grabbed their books and bags and ran away from the smoke and the flames. After 3 long days, the last flames were out. The firefighters could finally rest. The slopes of the mountain were black. When we walked on the mountain, all we could see were rocks and burnt bushes. We were very sad. Until one day, tiny bits of red popped up through the black. "Look, look, what is that?" The little bits of red grew and grew until they became beautiful fire lilies, tall and elegant, with drooping red bells for flowers. Then came the big red flowers bursting through the green like volcanoes. They looked like thick red tubes with yellow-topped spikes and big red petals. Dots of green grew up all over the mountainside, turning the black into green grasses and restios. Then there were asparagus ferns unfolding in wet patches after the rain, and the tall Watsonia in orange and pink. Soon the mountainside was covered with plants we hadn't seen for years. The mountain is full of new life. The end.
Thank you for reading.